On the 12th of August 2021, we finally got the second DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla called Siege of Paris. Of course, it is based on a real event, and that's what I will talk about today. But I warn you, historical knowledge may contain spoilers. Without further ado, let's dive in. Entire Siege of Paris lasted from November 885 to October 886. By what did it happen? Well, Danes being Danes liked right on Francia, despite efforts of Charles III, aka Charles the Fat, to unite lands of Francia under his rule. In 885, the Great Dane army invaded the mouth of the Seine, demanding tribute from Charles the Fat. He rejected those demands, so the Danes rushed to Paris to start their siege. On the 25th of November, Danes' fleet of 700 ships and 30,000 men, led by Siegfried and Rollo, arrived near Paris. On the Frankian side there were only 200 knights with their squires, with Odo, Count of Paris, as a leader of besieged. At that time, Charles III was in Italy, so Vikings were assured that help wouldn't come too soon. Siegfried won tribute from Parisian people, but Odo declined their offer, and that's how the siege has started. On the next day, the 26th of November, Danes started shelling the city with their catapults. Then they launched an assault, but defenders repelled the assault by pouring boiling oil from the walls. On the day after, one of the towers situated at the end of the North Bridge was captured by the attackers. Next attacks, even with the use of the battering ram, failed. Because winter was coming, Danes decided to entrench around Paris and sent part of the army to plunder the surrounding of Paris. Next attack started in January of 886. Danes set fire to the 3 of their own ships, launching them towards the southern wooden bridge, but those units sank before they reached their destination. On the 6th of February, the Seine overcame its banks, destroying the wooden bridge. Thus, the defensive tower on its edge was cut off from the city. Losing the bridge made Otto send a messenger to Charles III asking for help. Henry of Saxony, one of the generals of Charles III's army, rushed toward Paris. Because of that, around half of April, Siegfried decided to back his troops from the siege. However, he found a way to make Otto pay him up before he went away. Rollo and his men stayed to continue the siege. In April, a plague broke out in the city. Many died, among them was even the Bishop Jocelyn. Count Odo left the city unnoticed and set off against the army of Charles III. Thanks to them, Odo was able to return safely to Paris. However, during this maneuver, Henry of Saxony died. Rollo used this as an opportunity to launch the last big attack on the city, but even then, defenders were able to repel the assault. In October 886, the long-awaited forces of Charles III appeared outside the city, cutting off the Danes' retreat. However, Charles decided not to attack Danes, but rather enter into negotiations with Rollo and pay him a sum that Count Otto was unable to pay. The Parisians and Odo refused to let the Vikings down the Seine, and the invaders had to drag their boats overland to the Marne, from where they sailed toward Burgundy, which they plundered. It suited Charles III because the Burgundians had spoken out against his reign. However, Parisians considered it as a ruler's treason and cowardice.